Hello and welcome back. My name's Maxie and this is me, Reaching to the Stars, episode 10. As you can see guys, from behind me I have moved my machines and some of my chests across. I haven't moved everything across, but I've moved most of my equipment across. That stuff that I'm going to need for the time being. I've got some equipment in there, gems, some of my ores, bits of wood, stone. I've got some cobblestone and bits and pieces over here from the quarry, and I brought all of my machines across as well. But as you can see, I have no power at all. Now, in the last episode, we built our reactor. So what I need to do is transfer the power up here. Now, I don't want cables running around everywhere, so we're going to build ourselves some tesseracts. Now, I have already done some ender, so there is some resonant ender in there, 3 buckets worth. So I'm going to quickly build up a tesseract. So we need to build 3 of these, so we've got 3 frames. Alright, so first we build the frames. Once we've built the frames, we can shove them in the fluid transposer and they should slowly start filling up. Now hopefully I've got enough power in there to at least do 2. If not, I'm going to have to get the other thing there. Now, while that's cooking away, this is going to be my storage area. Now, I'm not going to show you in there because I haven't quite started in there. Just doing a few bits and pieces just to mess about, see some redstone and what have you. But I'm just trying some bits and pieces out. I have tried it on my tester game. It seems to work okay, so I just want to make sure that it is what I want to do. But like I said, I'm going to go into this is my storage. So we're going into applied energetics. Now I'm going to do it in 2 parts. I may not do one part this week and one the next episode, but I'm definitely going to do it in 2 parts. The fact is that there is a lot to it. So if I just put into here applied energetics. These are the sort of stuff that we're going to be going into. Like I say, we're just going to do a basic setup first, and then we'll go into actually completing a full setup where we can actually automate everything. Cool, eh? Right. Hopefully that should be everything cooked up. Let's see if I've got. Well, I've got at least 2 anyway. So. Now at the moment they're just full frames, so what we need to do is we need to turn them into actual transfers. So to do that we need silver and bronze, or tinker's alloy as it is here, but we can use bronze as well, and we turn them, oh they don't stack, into actual tesseracts themselves. So that's what the tesseract looks like. We click on it and we have an interface, and on there we can put a channel, so we can put a number, whatever number we want to do. So I'm just going to do number 1, and I'm going to call this main power. We're going to save the frequency. Okay, now where is my oops, let's get my wrench out. So this one of these wants to go down to the reactor. Now it has been running, so my energy cell, I forgot the name of it, has now been filled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to don't want that there. Let's put 1 there. So we're going to set that to main power. this we want to set up, I think, is blue. Or is it orange? Orange. I think it's orange. I think it's orange. We'll see. So as you can see, it has been filled. At the moment the reactor is off, but it's got a full charge at the moment. I have put some more yellorium in there, and we have made some cyanites, just letting it run and filling it up. So we have power. So now I can take this upstairs. Yes, this is what we want. Power. Okay. And on top of here, again, let's click power. Oh, we need to configure it as well. I forgot to do the one downstairs. So we want, as you can see, we can send items, we can send fluid, and we can send energy. Energy is what we want, so we're going to receive energy on this one. And that should be blue. Who's took my jetpack on? And we want to be sending energy on that one. So that should hopefully. Ah, yes. And we have power. Woohoo! Okay. Let's turn my jetpack off. Right, so now we've got power coming into the cube now, so now all my equipment is now being powered. And I've got a spare one as and when I need it. Because upstairs, these machines will go upstairs at some point. But I thought I'd bring them into here so it's easier to start building stuff. Right, so like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to be building our storage system. Alright, because end of the day, chests are great, but you have to keep opening and closing them, going through them all, and if you can't remember where you last put stuff, then you've got to go and find it and things like that. So I want to centralise everything, make sure everything is all there. So that's where we're actually going to need the tesseract. In fact, I need to make that one into. So I think it's that with my silver. Job's a good one. Oop, thrown it away. Right, don't need that, don't need that. So, right. I think I'm going to need some iron, got some gold, got some diamonds, got some redstone. Yeah. Oh, I don't need enderium anymore. Right. I think I've got everything there. So, we've got our tesseract, and this is where I'm going to stick our storage. So, let's have a look at applied energetics. So there's a couple of ways you can use it. Like I say, you can have a basic system, or you can actually use have a bigger system, which is what we're going to be aiming for later on in the series, and we can start automating stuff to our machines. So we have to build a few more machines, but at the time being, I'm quite happy just to do what I need to do, and then I can then worry about automating them later on. Right, that's transferring lovely. Right, so what do we need first? Well, the first thing we need is an ME controller. No matter whatever applied energetics system you're making, you definitely need an ME controller. So you can see we've got a few bits and pieces, and we need some processors as well. So, flux crystals, that's the flux crystals. To make them very simple, Certus quartz, nether quartz, and some redstone. So, let's make Let's make 16. Yeah, I think 16 is enough. Oop, 16. I think it is actually shapeless as well. I don't think it matters which. Yeah, so it is shapeless. And we'll make 16 of those. In fact, let's make 32, because we're going to use quite a bit of these. Okay, so we've got half a stack of those. Right, What else do we need? ME controller. We also need advanced processors. Now there's a few ways, there's a couple of ways we can actually make this. We can make it as a shapeless crafting, but as you can see, we need a chipset. Now there is 3 types of processors. We have the basic, and we have, oh sorry, 2. We have the basic and the advanced. It's 3 on the other one now. So I'm thinking about Applied Energetics 2. This is the first one. So this one we only have the 2. We have a basic one and we have the advanced one. Basic one is made of gold, and the advanced one, as you can see, is diamond. So we can use the lasers and the assembly table upstairs to make the chipsets. We can also make them, once you've made them, you make a basic processor. Now you can actually make a basic processor assembly. To make the assembly, alright, it can be like this, which is what we're going to be doing ourselves. There is another way. You can shove these materials into the assembly table to make your basic processor. This is the cheapest, because if you look with this, you've got to make a golden chipset, which is a redstone and a piece of gold. You need silicon, but also you need flux dust. So this is quite expensive going through the chipset way. The best way is, the cheapest way is this way, and this is what we're going to set up when we start automating them. This is the way we'll set it up. But at the moment, the way we're going to do it is this way. It's not as expensive as the chipset one, but we are going to need a little bit more expensive because we're going to need an extra redstone, whereas the other one is 3. So I've already made myself a little quartz knife. So it's 2 pieces of quartz, whether it's nether quartz or Certus quartz, an ingot and 2 sticks. And if I'm rightly so, it will, it has a bar on it as well. So as we use it, it will drain down. So right, anyway, let's get on and make our chipset. So to make this, we need a diamond one, so diamond, 2 redstone and some silicon. Now I have already made some silicon, already picked it up. So silicon, diamond, 2 redstone, let's move that down, and my little cutting knife. That's made the advanced processor, and as you can see, there's now a bar underneath it. And we shall cook it up, but I shall make a few of these. As you've seen, I have got 8. So what we'll do is I shall make 8 of these up and get them cooking in there. I'm also going to make some gold, so I need another let's have a look. Got 5. Let's make so I need to pulverize some of the nether quartz. We can use the Certus quartz as well, but I thought I'd use nether quartz. I do have a few more of those. I want to try and use some of the Certus quartz for the actual system itself. So let's have a quick look. So we have got some more, so let's do the gold now. So that up there, 8 gold, because we only need quite a few. Alright, so we may need more yet, but we'll get them cooking up. Now for our ME controller, we only need the 1 diamond, so we'll just grab some of those and we'll make our ME controller. 4 of those and 4 iron, and that's our ME controller. So let's stick this over here. So there you go. This is our ME controller. So I'll put it down, and what this does is that this allows us to connect everything else to it. So we connect things to it. This is what provides our power. Now we can use power cells. There is power cells in here. This shows you how to use it, or what you can make out of there. And there is a means of actually creating power, if I am right in saying so. Let's have a little look. I may be wrong, but I thought there was somewhere where we can actually make our own power using furnace. No. No, I must be talking rubbish. I know in the second one there definitely is. I thought there was in the first one. But anyway, we do have the energy cell if we want to create it, which we don't need to. Right, so power is low, but what I can do is put it onto main power. Oh, can you hear skeleton dying? Where is he? Must be somewhere about. I have brought one of my beds down here, so we can have a little look. Where's Mr. Skeleton? No. I have finished up there, by the way. It's looking pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Right. So that's that. So we've got the ME controller, and now you can see the front here. Alright, he's now lit up. So that's telling me that we now have power to our system, and energy stored is 1000. So we've got a bit of power there, which is cool. Yes, that's what we want. Yes. Right. Another thing we need is an ME drive. So, like I said, we need some gold chips. So let's get all our chipsets out of here now. Need some gold. So to make an ME drive, then, glass. That's what I need. So let's get a stack of glass. ME drive, and we only need the one at the moment, but you can have as many as you want or as you see fit. Alright, I could build two. In fact, for my system, I'm going to build two, but one of them I'm only going to use for the time being. So let's put this over here for the time being. Okay. So what does the drive do? Well, the drive is literally what it is. It allows us to put drives in here. I'm not going to go too much into the ports and bits and pieces into here. Alright, there is plenty of people online that you can get the information from. But for me, I'm just going to do the basics. So as long as you follow what I'm doing, right, that should set up your ME controller and so your ME system fairly straightforward. So we have a means, and we'll look at our ME controller. It tells us what we've got connected to it, so we can see now that we do have our ME drive as well in there. So, and we need to be able to put some storage in there. Now, storage here, we've got 1K storage, we've got a 4K storage, 16 and 64. The 1K is the minimum, as you can see, and it tells you how much you can store in there. So you can have not of 124 bytes and 63 types. So you can have 1024 items in there, alright, and 63 of them. So you can have one of each of these 63, and so on. And then it tells you what you're going to use there for. Now that's not what I expected in there. It should all be lit up. Why isn't it lit up? A little bugger. Now that is not something I expected. Okay, I built a second ME drive, wasn't it? So I can't believe he destroyed it. Can't believe we've got a creeper in here. How did I get a creeper in here? It was lit up. See, the trials of Minecraft. Oh yes, the deep joys. Right. I shall be back in a moment. Let me just reset myself. Yeah, it's great this. Fantastic. Can't wait. Yay. Right. Give us a moment. I shall get myself back to building the hole in here. In fact, oh, I got some stuff here. Not with me at the moment. Okay, be back in a moment. Hello, welcome back. Right, let's get back to what we was doing. Bloody creepers. Right, anyway, I need to make some of these, so I'm going to make 12 of these. I do believe I need. So 12 of those. I've cooked up some more basic processors because I do need quite a few. Because what I'm making is I'm going to make the 12, let's say the 16 gig. Ideally I want the 64, but the 16 is the next best thing. So to make that, I can make 1, 2, 3. Don't think I need any more of those. Right, 16. Storage block. Aha. One time storage block, 16. I need them, so bang, there we go. So it is quite a bit of a process, especially when you got to 64. But anyway, I have blocked it off and lit it up, but it should be okay. So now that I've built my storage, I can now put it back into the system, or put it into the system and stick it into one of these drives. And as you can see, we can have, 10 in total. So we can store quite a bit of items. So that's that. Okay. Now at the moment, we can't do out with it. Yeah, we've got our power and we've got somewhere to store it, but we need a way of accessing it. And there's a few ways of accessing it. We can make a ME access terminal that gives us access to our materials. We also have a ME crafting terminal, which need to make an access terminal anyway, so we'll use that, and as we're going to need some of those little storage pieces anyway. So a little bit more crafting. So to make this, we're going to need to make some cables. So let's get some cables up. I think 12 should be enough for the time being. I have made some flux dust, and flux dust, that's my thing there. So that's recipe is another quartz dust, Certus quartz dust, and redstone. That gives us 2 flux dust. So it is quite expensive, some of the equipment. So where was I? Access terminal, right. Next thing to make is a conversion matrix. We've got conversion matrices, and I think that's it. I think there's another one. There should be another one. Should be a conversion matrix. Nope, that'll do. Conversion matrix. So we get one of those. So we should make a couple of those up. Thank you. Running out of Certus quartz. That is a fact. I've got to go mining again. Put the mine on, I think. And where's the last one? ME access terminal. There we should go. We should be able to make 1. So that will do. So we've got 1. So we have an ME access terminal. Let's stick that on top of there. Now, whenever you add something to the actual access terminal or to the actual ME system, all right, it'll go to, especially with the screen on, it will go to circle. But now I can start storing stuff into the me drive there. So if I put some iron gold, so you can see now, it's now storing it. And if I look into here, it tells me 2 items of 63. So that's so that's pretty good. Happy with that, but that's not what I want. I want a crafting terminal. So need a couple of more bits. There's wood. 4 bits of wood. Crafting table. That should now be able to make a crafting terminal. And what the crafting terminal does is that it gives us access to the actual ME system, but also allows us to craft, and we can shift click into there as well. So that is our basic system. Now another way of storing them is an ME chest, which again you would need a storage system in there. So we can have a look at the ME chest bit later on, but that will do for the time being. What I might do is I might craft some more drives up and start moving some of my system across. So, but that is a basic system, that's it. That is nothing more than that. So you need an ME controller, an access terminal or crafting terminal, and an ME drive with at least one bit of storage in there. And that is a basic ME system. From there you can put everything in there, or majority of things in there. Obviously the more items you've got, the more drives you need to use, and what it tends to do is try and put in the same, so if you've got stone it will try and put it into the same drive. But that's it. There is other things that we will look at. There is terminals and what else have we got? We have monitors, ME crafting monitors. This is when we start automating stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty good system, and as you can see it tells you what you've got connected and how much is needed, or how much power is needed to actually power the system. So pretty decent actually, happy with that. I can start putting stuff in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft up some more storage, and I'm going to start putting all my equipment and items into here, and I'll be back in a short moment. So see you in a moment. Hello everybody, welcome back. I've been busy putting some of my items into my system now, so I've started to accumulate, and the beauty about it is that it stores it all in one go. So there, 15,000, look at that, 12,000 cobblestone. Yeah, it's quite a bit, that, isn't it? But it's great because you can put, like I say, it stacks it into one item. So whereas before I had my lapis in a lapis block, now it can be single. The other thing as well is that we can sort it out. So you can sort it A to Z, you can sort by number, by priority, by ID. So you can actually sort your system out. You can sort it, toggle it up or down. You can store your craftable viewing area. So we go into crafting or craftable stuff, but what's stored, and you can actually search box. You can have it a standard search, but we can also any synchronized. So I'm just going to set mine to any standard. So if I put into here thermal, it will also go into thermal into there. So thermal, and then you just click onto an item, and then if you want to just click onto an item, there you go. You can actually create your electron blocks or whatever you want to do. Clear your screen, and jobs are good. And yes, okay. So I've done a little bit of clearing up. So yeah, still got a few bits that I haven't put in there yet, but that is my system. That is it. That's my little basic ME system. We will expand it. I will start moving the rest of my stuff out of my chest into there. Let's just go to sleep a minute. So out of all my chests, I shall move them into my little ME storage system, and then we can start looking at Mr. Scully. Then we can start looking at putting the machines up there and start to automate them all. So a lot less space than having all those chests in it, definitely. And then we can start processing all of the ores then. So yeah, so there we go, one basic ME system. Okay then folks, that is me, and we will look a bit more into it later on in the series. So, this is me signing off, and I will see you later. Bye bye.